All right, let's clear something up. And the entire series in Detroit is completely changed. All right, everybody, happy Sunday. So the Yankees have already won this series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Good for them. We got to continue to win series, right? And hopefully they'll be in position to do that again today. And I've got the lineup for you. But first, the next series, they're going to Detroit after today. Okay? But due to weather, and I'm just going to read this right. This is right from Detroit Tigers. Due to forecasted evening wind chills in the 20s and other weather considerations like wind and rain, we've scheduled the first pitch times for Tigers versus Yankees have been changed. So from 6:40 tomorrow, it's going to be down to 3:10 p.m. now. And Tuesdays and Wednesdays games are going to be at 1:10 p.m. now. So they're moving them into the afternoon to get more sun. So they'll be at the warmest part of the day, which is good. Okay. And it would obviously help you minimize the risk for injury, pulling muscles in the super cold weather. But the guys want to be super warmed up and ready regardless. So, but I wanted to let you know that the schedule has changed. All right. So, by the way, if you're not subscribed to this channel and you're a Yankee fan, please do. If you're a football fan too, please subscribe. I've already done my mock draft for the Jets. I'm going to be doing the Giants and then a couple of requests from the Bills and a couple of other teams, the Niners, that I'm going to do for some folks as well. I'm going to be doing this all leading into the draft in a couple of weeks. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Okay, and hit the notification as well. We're on the march to 30,000 subs. We're going to try to get there this year. Your support is greatly appreciated. So now, there's been a little confusion as to, when Adam Ottavino was DFA'd the other day to make room for Devin Williams. I understand that some of the fans are frustrated. I get it. But I think it's important to keep in mind that DFA doesn't mean you're gone. That means you're designated for assignment, meaning you can accept your assignment, and if you do, you remain with the team. You just go down to the farm, AAA or whatnot, most likely AAA. It's different than putting you on waivers, which can eventually lead to a release or flat out releasing you, which means you're no longer a member of the franchise at all. So if you're DFA'd, you're still with the franchise if you accept your assignment. Otherwise, you can refuse it and become a free agent. That's the player's decision, right? Unless there's some language written into their contract that speaks to the contrary. So I understand a lot of folks have wanted Mark Leiter and Ryan Yarbrough DFA'd over the last couple of days. And one of the things that I pointed out, too, the other day that I was hoping would happen, and it did, was that they were going to rebound after giving up because they both give up grand slams, right? In less than ideal conditions, and it is what it is. That's what happens. Relievers get hit. It happened to Mariano Rivera, too. He's given up big home runs as well. The greatest of all time. It just happens. But how they responded to that was going to really give me an idea of what we had here. And Mark Leiter Jr. came in, dominated his next outing. Ryan Yarbrough came in last night, struck out 5 in 2 scoreless innings last night. So they rebounded strongly from that making a one bad pitch in the last outing. So I give him credit for that. And again, this is the type of stuff that at least tells me, it gives me perspective on what we've got here. And obviously gives the Yankees insight into what they have as well. And we need relievers because relievers are going to get hit. We need them to rebound. We need them to fight back, right? And to perform and do what the team needs to do. And that's exactly what they did. Okay, so, but I understand fans are frustrated. They want to get rid of these guys. But I wouldn't do that just yet, especially since these guys have a proven track record, particularly Ryan Yarbrough in the postseason as well, in the American League East. He could be a valuable weapon for the Yankees, as is Mark Leiter, who's got improved velocity. And remember, when he came here to the Yankees last year from the Cubs, he was overused with the Cubs. So when he came here, he had a rough go adjusting because he was already fatigued. Yankees kind of dialed back on him after a couple of rough outings. And then he was money in the postseason for the Yankees. Absolute money. He's one of the guys that held the bullpen in the playoffs. So that's, if we use him properly, this is what we can expect more. And having depth in the bullpen makes it easier for Aaron Boone to use them properly. Right? Will he always make the right move? No. But neither did Joe Torre. Neither did Joe Girardi. Neither does Tony La Russa. Neither Dusty Baker, any of these guys. None of them make the right moves all the time. Bobby Cox. Okay? It just happens, unfortunately. And it's different as a reliever. You come into the game, you don't know who you're going to face first, second, third. As a starter who starts the game, he knows exactly what lineup to prepare for in the order that he's going to prepare for. With a reliever, it's a different situation. You just have to be warmed up and ready to go and ready to come in with guys on base, and it's a completely different situation. So, and obviously there's ghost runner things involved and so on and so forth and extra innings. So you never really know what they're going to come into, but it is what it is, right? So I'm confident that they're going to be fine. And I like what I'm seeing from Fernando Cruz. I'm excited that we've got Ian Hamilton coming back tomorrow. So expect a roster move tomorrow because he's coming back to the Yankees in their Detroit series. And so I don't know what roster move is going to be made, but it could be they could move on from a reliever. They can move on from somebody like Pablo Reyes, for all we know. So just don't know yet. So, but I'll have it to you. Once we get that information, I'll get it to you. Now, speaking of which, here's today's lineup. And guess who's back in it? Cody Bellinger. Remember, he also had a stiff back, so they sat him for the last couple of days. But stiff back does not mean injured. Okay, there's a difference between the two. Okay, Paul Goldschmidt is leading off at first base. Cody Bellinger is batting second in right field. Aaron Judge DHing today, getting a half a day, batting third. Jazz Chisholm cleaning up at second base. Anthony Volpe batting fifth at shortstop. Austin Wells at the dish, batting sixth. Jason Dominguez batting seventh in left field. Oswald Peraza batting eighth at third base. And Trent Grisham is back in center field off of his 2-home run game yesterday, batting ninth. And on the mound, Will Warren. And guess who he's facing? Former Yankee Andrew Heaney, who had about a 9,000 ERA when he came here to the Yankees. So when he was traded here from the Angels. And he clearly it did not work out. But yeah, he's still got a lifeline in the game. He's been productive in other areas. So hopefully the Yankees can take it to him today and get a sweep. A sweep would be nice, but winning the series is good too, which they've already done. So give me your thoughts. I mean, what if you would make any modifications to this lineup, what would it be? Right? And obviously we're waiting to see if the Yankees make a trade or when they make a trade for a right-handed bat, right? So when, no idea. I really don't know. When it's going to happen, if it's going to happen, who's it going to be? There's a lot of speculation here, there's speculation there, so we'll see what happens there. But stay tuned. And some football news. Looks like the Eagles they might move on from tight end Dallas Goedert. So if you're an Eagles fan, unless he takes a pay cut, it looks like they're going to move on from him. And it looks like the Giants and the Cleveland Browns are actively trying to trade for the number 1 pick from the Titans. So there's going to be some movement leading up to the draft. I expect a couple trades before the draft and obviously night of the draft. That always happens. So that was always fun. And I'm looking forward to enjoying that. But Yankees, they're in a good spot right now. They're playing well. This lineup looks well prepared. And, I'm not going to spend my time saying, oh, this one's better, but it's just there's so much Juan Soto talk right now. There's so much of this. There's so much of that. He's not here. He's with the Mets. Go enjoy being with the Mets. There's no need to just keep talking about Juan Soto. He was great when he was here, but he's not here now. So, but so many folks keep talking about Juan Soto, about how many Yankees are outperforming in a week and a half into the season. That's going to be different later on in the season. So, but let me know what your thoughts are. Have a good day, gang. Go Yankees.